to InfoWars and Prison Planet. And Drudge is doing it because he's angry about the naked body scanners. He's angry about Big Brother. I used to listen to his radio show. One of the few shows I really liked. I wish he wouldn't have quit doing it. Sunday evenings, 8 to 10 Central, or yeah. But, you know, and nobody's perfect. You know, people's views politically change. We've been seeing that happen with Glenn Beck. But this is a big deal. And look, I'm very appreciative for 5 days straight linking to 3 or 4 different articles of ours. I would hope that Drudge, because this is a big development, would link to this. Because this is breaking through. I mean, Drudge set so much of the media agenda, and now literally hundreds of articles a day that are talking about the fondling and talking about the backlash. In fact, he's posted... I saw this article last night, and I thought that's going to be on Drudge. And sure enough, this morning, he posted it today. It's Big Sis backlash after TSA genitalia groping. That's one of ours. Pilots opt out, rejecting naked body scanners of radiation danger, privacy breach. That shows the big pilot unions are against it. That's our article. And then flyer patients wears thin at checkpoints. That's a Herald Tribune article. And I just knew he was going to post that. I understand Drudge just can't post InfoWars articles, but this is a big development. TSA responds to airport molestation complaints. And Watson did have the headline, which I think was accurate this morning, of TSA gives the figurative finger to, but I thought that was a little too racy. It's a family site. So I had him change to TSA responds to airport molestation complaints. And they just came out and said, yeah, we know people are angry. You can watch the video clip. They show some people saying they love it. The media picks people that agree with it. And it's all to keep you safe from Al-Qaeda. And they just said, you know, this is scientific and we're going to do it. So I think that's important that they've responded. And it's a glib reaction. Does nothing to address concerns vehemently voiced by numerous prominent travel and pilot associations. But for me, it's like winning the Super Bowl to have stories that we report on breaking out into the national and international news and having an effect and showing that there's been this huge opposition beneath the surface of the pilot unions and airline heads in the U.S. and England and Europe and, you know, so many other people. And TSA folks don't like it, so a lot of them quit and they just hire goons who do like it. And it's coming out, the TSA guys hitting on women, planting cocaine on them, TSA being busted as pedophiles, TSA making women strip in front of people in public. This is all acts of humiliation. They've been ordered to do this, to see if the government can get away with this. See, the globalists are all about raw power. Just like from India to Nigeria to South Africa to Egypt to just all over South America. Peru's one of the big ones. Brazil, Guatemala, Mexico, Congo, Libya, the UN got caught adding HIV to the shots, and there were hospital wards where everybody got HIV. I mean, they've been caught over and over again. You're like, what does that have to do with naked body scanners? They want to put their hands on you. They want to set the precedent to take your blood at checkpoints, as they've got federal grants to do. They want DNA databases. They take your baby's blood at birth. They want in your life. They want in your body. And they want an army of out-of-control, power-grabbing federal minions who aren't sworn peace officers, just out there trampling on everyone's rights, and the feds now announcing total control of all transportation, all schools, all power plants, all infrastructure. I mean, this is the new economy. The government admitted more than a decade ago. The Rand Corporation said, we're going to be a service economy, but not the one you think. The service economy is going to be security guards, jail guards, data analysts, data miners, secret police, political officers. And now that's what we are. Do you understand that that's most of the tuitions that are being paid, the scholarships? The biggest group of them now is to be part of this, to where even if you don't like it, that's the jobs. That's what America is. We're going to open the phones up for the full second hour and in the third hour on fluoride. But I want to tell you the subjects I want to hear from you on coming up here. You could probably take a wild guess. And I got to get into the economy first. But TSA responds to airport molestation complaints. It's just incredible. And so why did the U.S. government with Israel from 1952 to 1962 pay $3 billion in adjusted money to tell public school children in Israel that they were going to be checked for diseases and that it was a treatment for skin allergies? That's why they're called the ringworm children. It's a fungus, nothing to do with that. That they were taking them to x-ray their heads in these high-powered systems to cure them of ringworm. And then it came out it was eugenics, and it killed a lot of the children, maimed others. They're called the ringworm children. Yeah, I talk about 4,000 plus radiated to death in the U.S. foster kids. The point is, it's every country does this because it's a scientific dictatorship. And that was a test for Israel. Will you take poor Jews and murder them? And Israel said, absolutely. Heil Hitler. There's something big here, folks. Okay? And that's what's going on. And in my film Endgame, it shows on clips from Israeli TV, the government shot of the kids, and they'd hit them with so much radiation, all their hair would fall out. And they did different doses. You know, that some of them they'd kill, some would die that day, others a month later, some would go blind. And there's people all over Israel today, 40, 50 years old who lived, and they're blind and they've got cancers, and you'll see them on the Israeli news. I mean, this is admitted. People who are Israelis, they know all about it. The average American's like, what, the Israelis did this to 110,000 little Jewish kids? Yeah, folks, look, the globalists want to hurt everybody. I mean, you need to understand this. And so what does that have to do with TSA? It's about testing power, testing what they can get away with. I mean, imagine nurses have known for 39 years, whether you're in Australia, Germany, England, the U.S., all the westernized global empire governments, echelon countries, that at birth they say, this is going to the health department, honey, we're going to test for a blood disease. And nobody ever asks, well, why doesn't the hospital just do a blood test or have a local clinic do it? That's the cover story. They do not test for the blood disease. No one ever gets contacted and told you have the disease. The hospital actually takes blood, too. They do test. Sometimes they contact you. It goes into a Pentagon UN database. That's now, and people are like, yes, Alex, you talk about this every day. Because these are the key issues. We have this giant shadow medical scientific tyranny running around everywhere murdering people. I mean, I remember it came out, 6, 7 years ago in New York Daily News. CPS workers quit over it. That they would take poor black children, CPS would, and take them and do pesticide studies on them, strap them down, and murder them with pesticides. Nobody got in trouble. I mean, come on. I mean, again, this goes to who is our government? They're psychopathic, scientific murderers. We're going to get back into the latest developments on TSA, your phone calls, the economy, and a lot more. Stay with us.
We all know that Berkey water purification systems are the most trusted name in water filtration. As an authorized Berkey dealer for over 5 years and serving thousands of satisfied customers, the Berkey Guy offers amazing specials for Berkey water filtration systems. The Berkey Light systems include a set of self-sterilizing and recleanable black purification elements that purify water by removing chlorine, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, and parasites to non-detectable levels and remove harmful chemicals such as herbicides and pesticides. Order the Berkey Light system today, complete with 2 black Berkey elements for only $209, and the Berkey Guy will include 3 sport Berkey water bottles and ship everything to you free of charge. That's right, 3 sport Berkey water bottles and free shipping. An $87 value, yours free. Call the Berkey Guy at 1-877-886-3653. That's 1-877-886-3653. Or order online at goberkey.com. That's goberkey.com today.
The question is, where should the American people draw their line in the sand?
What have we got? A republic or a monarchy?
A republic is based on a constitution which protects minority rights.
Not democracy, not mob rule, 2 wolves and a sheep voting on what's for dinner.
So they think they own our land,
They think they own our water, children, our education, our money.
We have to define who we are and what we will tolerate.
Somebody's going to ask you what you did during the Patriot Uprising.
You have been warned.
We have the facts. We have the Constitution. We have the Bill of Rights. We have common law. Knowledge is power, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm so excited to be able to offer you Don't Tread on Me, Rise of the Republic. Tyranny is upon us, but liberty and the sleeping giant that is the American people is rising. A new tool in the info war. Don't Tread on Me. Order it at Infowars.com or PrisonPlanet.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139 and support independent, patriotic Liberty films.
Global meltdowns, massive unemployment, endless wars, a new currency crisis, financially and morally bankrupt. A great and terrible storm is approaching. So what's the best way to get ready, to get prepared for hard times ahead? Introducing Off the Grid News, a weekly newsletter for independent patriots who want practical advice on how to survive and prosper in an increasingly dangerous world. It's the best way to get a black belt in emergency preparedness, survival skills, and off-the-grid living. Off the Grid News is fiercely independent, all about self-reliance and packed with helpful information on survival gardening, food preparation, alternative energy, herbal medicines, privacy and security, as well as God, gold, and guns, with absolutely no apologies. And the best part, this $100 a year service is now free of charge for our listeners. That's right, free for our listeners who sign up at offthegridnews.com. That's offthegridnews.com. You can sign up free at offthegridnews.com. Offthegridnews.com.
By the way, the Pentagon likes to do this. They did this on Y2K. ABC News reported that Russia had fired a missile and then 5 minutes later said, oh, it was just a drill, don't worry about it, to try to get the public to report on it. But it says mystery missile launched, seen off California coast, military mum on nature of big missile rising out of the Pacific, a possible show of U.S. military might. And there's a video of it. And for an hour or so, this really scared people before they came out and were basically mum, but it's obviously the military. So interesting report there from CBS News. Okay, getting into the TSA. This is really the big issue. This is out of WCVB-TV, Boston, ABC 5. Illegals say TSA approved flight training. And it goes over how the federal government gives illegal aliens clearance to fly without any documentation or to rent aircraft, even large aircraft. See, this is a joke. And just like it came out 2 years ago that Homeland Security would do staged arrest, even when Bush was still in office, of illegal aliens and then go give them green cards and hire them. So it's all a complete joke. Again, you are the citizen. You are seen as the parasite's food. And so you can see a video report up there as well. We've got it linked up on PrisonPlanet.com. 3 Brazilian nationals accused of being in the country illegally while studying to be pilots at the Stowe Flight School said they were cleared by the Federal Transportation Security Administration for flight training, the TSA. The men who agreed to talk to News Center 5 under a condition of anonymity said they came to the United States legally but now have expired visas. They said the TSA never asked them about their immigration status. And it just goes on from there. So you are going to have your wife felt up, but foreigners or any, oh, you want a big aircraft? Here, just take it. It's all made up. They're not worried about the illegal aliens, okay? They're not worried about terrorism. They're training you. They get to put their hands on your wife and children and squeeze. You got that? U.S. tightens restrictions on cargo from Yemen and Somalia. They are now banning flying with ink cartridges, or basically trying to mail them. Above 16 ounces is added to the new wide list. This is happening worldwide. Canada creates new security rules for passengers following bomb scare. And same thing, printer cartridges, enhanced pat-downs, all of it.